Oh no, this can't be.
Ah yes, another year, another Call of Duty copy and paste 6 game is coming out. Now, I thought I would take a break from my more serious videos on the political sphere as, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter in the whole comparison to what's going on in the actual world right now. I still actually care a little bit about gaming at the end of the day, even though I quit all that content to move over to rant-A-holic rather than being high roller gaming. And honestly, bullying Call of Duty players is the most fun and easiest thing you can do because they're all bootlickers. Oh my god, this year is Call of Duty, it's back, yeah, Omni movement will solve all my problems. My dad left me for my sister, but yeah, I thought I would just make this because it's so easy to trigger them, and I will say before we get into this, everything that I'm about to say, all my views and opinions on Call of Duty Black Ops 6 are 100% genuine. I'm not just doing it for rage bait. Well, a little bit, but that's not 100% the reason. These are my genuine views and opinions of what I saw and experienced. So let's not waste any more time, let's get into it. So one of the biggest complaints that I've seen, that we've seen every single year within Call of Duty and every other game out there, is skill-based matchmaking. Yay, everybody wants skill-based matchmaking. Now, I was watching my mate play this, he was live streaming it just in the Discord call that we were in, and he was definitely seemed to be telling the truth in this one because I saw it happen as, you know, live itself. That my mate, who's I think on average got a 0.8 KD within Black Ops 6, which again is kind of noob territory as well. It's not even positive or a mutual KD, it's definitely a negative one. And he had one game where he performed really well. I think he got a 3 KD plus for that one game. And every game after that for the rest of the night, he was just getting met with the biggest Reddit mouth breathers imaginable who spend probably 12 to 15 hours a day playing video games, and it was diabolical to say the very least. And again, when he went off and he came back on the next day and booted it up, it was all back to normal, and the second he had a game that where he performed well above his average, I think he got about a 2.5 KD for that one game. All the other games for the rest of the night were just the biggest top 1% of COD performance players that you could possibly put into a lobby. Nobody likes this in any way, shape or form. It is absolutely beyond horrendous, and it has killed the casual experience of Call of Duty. And in my honest opinion, it was never meant to be competitive in any way, shape or form. It was always meant to be a casual game as well. Again, those days of hopping on and just having a casual game with your mate just memeing about are just gone because it is just full of the biggest mouth breathers possible as well. And everyone has said every single year, we don't want this, nobody likes skill-based matchmaking, please get rid of it, scrap it, scrap it, scrap it. And they just increase it every year, and it looks like Black Ops 6 for skill-based matchmaking is the worst it has ever been, and that's saying that very politely as well. I know the counter argument to this is, oh, do you want to go back to the days where you were just randomly putting lobbies with people no matter the skill set? Yeah, complete randomized lobbies, yeah, that would be great, because I feel like just complete randomness is fairer than completely forcing you into the top 10% or even top 1% of Call of Duty players because you performed a little bit better because you got really lucky that one game. That seems a lot more fairer, and I remember it from the original MWs in the Black Ops 1 and 2 days, where it would be some noobs, some noobs, some gods, some all noob lobbies and some all god lobbies, and sometimes it was a little bit unbalanced, and sometimes you were in a complete advantage because the entire team were all Christmas noobs. I feel like that was a lot fairer in general. Again, I don't believe in achieving perfection. I think that's something that is just beyond unachievable in any realm, and I think with this path they're going down to try and keep it as beyond perfect and fair and possible and fair and playable for everyone is not working. Just scrap it. Nobody wants it, nobody's asked for it, and it just ruins the casual experience. And trying to force it into this hyperactive, mouth-breathing competitive field or kind of battleground it is trying to breed is not working. Now, the other thing that I would like to complain about, I've seen some people complain about this, some people like it, I despise it with my absolute everything that I have towards this game, which is omni movement, or just this ADHD, autistic, crackhead rollerblading movement that has been in Call of Duty for so long, and it looks like Black Ops 6 is about to be the worst for it. Maybe it's just because I just prefer the original MWs in the Black Ops 1 and 2. In my opinion, Black Ops 1 was the best Call of Duty ever made. Fight me in the comment section on that one. Wager matches, banter, zombies, banter, multiplayer, banter. Great game. 10 out of 10 Call of Duty, the best one they've ever made. But maybe my head's just stuck too much in the past. But When I've saw gameplay of Black Ops 6 and some of the trailers as well, this absolute beyond autistic slide cancelling, dolphin diving, nene double jumping up and down, vaulting and doing triple backflips over your sister, it's just absolutely beyond painful to watch. And when you add on top of that as well, these absolute ADHD, you know, to grab your attention as much as possible with these 115 zombie electrifying DLC skins if you pre-order, as well with the zombie, you know, sapphire glowing, burning eyes, mouth breathing, all this absolute TikTok algorithm, you know, zero fucking paying attention rhythm that it's got. It is just absolutely aids to the human eye, in my honest opinion. And this movement of people just going meow 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 and just zooming about without any even perks on to begin with, I hate that as well. I experienced that in some of the more recent-ish war zones and also during the open beta of MW2, which was nothing in compared to what Black Ops 6 is as well. I despise it. There's constant breaking the sound or even the light barrier if the matter moving. People jumping about 10 feet in the air and about 20 feet around the corner just go meow, just lock onto you and just kill you in a heartbeat. I don't know how people can like that. It's just such, hey, round the corner, shoot, die, dolphin parry, reload, dolphin dive, out the window. It's such absolute autistic behaviour. I don't know how people can tolerate or like that. Again, Call of Duty is not the only guilty party for this, for sure. Even in Battlefield 2042, to a degree, they tried it, and I didn't like it within that as well. Again, just a little bit, just to be fair to Battlefield, but I don't know how people like this new movement system in Call of Duty. Yeah, the dolphin diving sideways and up and down backwards, that kind of Max Payne dolphin diving minus the bullet time, does look pretty cool, and it's not exactly that bothers me. It's just the absolute insane ADHD on rollerblades like a crackhead moving about. Jesus Christ, can we just have a bit more boots in the ground? Because again, the last time I played a Call of Duty, having to flick my mouse up and down even though my sensitivity was a little bit on the higher side than your average player, I can't tolerate it. I'm sorry, I just don't like it in any way, shape or form. Just tone it down. Jesus Christ, man. But the other thing as well that I'm wanting to talk about is the constant non-stop meta loadout that never seems to go away. Now, if any of you remember the first iteration of Warzone with the DMR-14 and the MAC-10 loadout during the Call of Duty Cold War era, my god, that was beyond painful. That was unplayable because that's literally all people were using. Basically, the DMR-14 basically was a zero recoil, max bullet velocity, max damage tank rounds coming out of a semi-auto rifle, and the MAC-10 was just full auto laser beam across the map, firing basically 50 BMG out of a 9mm submachine gun. That's how it felt, and it took him forever to fix it, and it's going to be the same within Black Ops 6 as well. Again, everyone's bumming the jackal gun right now because it's the most overpowered thing as well, and I've got a very strong feeling it'll be like that for months after release. It won't get fixed, and once it gets fixed, there'll be some brand new gun like the Scorpion EVO or whatever it may be that will just be the new meta with Semtex or, you know, lock-on throwing knives and your secondary being two dual-wield full auto pistols where you can laser beam people across the map with lasers and like steady aim or whatever it may be as well. And again, it'll just be that non-stop for 3 months, everyone using that loadout. It'll take them months to fix it, and when they finally get around to fix it, there'll be some new meta loadout. It gets boring after a while, it really does, and it's just going to be another problem within Call of Duty as well. And again, the DMR-14 and the MAC-10 meta, when that came out during the Cold War era in Warzone, that was not the only meta. There's been so many of them, but again, it's just something that gets really boring, constantly using the same weapons and also constantly just having to go up against the same weapons that literally delete your family tree within the first bullet. Again, nobody really wants to deal with that. Another thing that's going to absolutely trigger the console peasants is aim assist. Now, it doesn't look as bad as it's previously been for the past 2 or 3 years, but it still looks quite bad. They have nerfed it to a degree where if you're within a 3 meter radius, then the aim assist for console players almost just completely dies out, which is good to see. But as well, one of the reasons why I quit playing Call of Duty or Warzone as a whole was, well, the hackers, we'll get into that in a few seconds, but of course the meta, but the absolute beyond aim assist. I saw videos of console players with just aim assist actually melting PC hackers during crossplay. Right, if anyone's defending the aim assist isn't overpowered. I'm sorry, but you're beyond help and you shouldn't be listened to. You shouldn't be seen and you shouldn't be listened to. I'm sorry. Fight me in the comment sections as well. Again, I have seen some footage where it still seems to be quite overpowered within Call of Duty, and nobody wants this. Absolutely nobody wants to go up against this. And I know the whole argument is, but you've got hackers and also you've got a slight advantage and blah, blah, blah. And our argument is, well, we don't want to go up against aim assist players who have literally got something far stronger than hacks themselves. And two, we don't want actual console players in our team because they're all just noobs. Even the good ones are still noobs in comparison to an average PC player. Which kind of leads me on to a part 2 of this segment, which is just scrap crossplay. Nobody likes it, nobody asks for it, and nobody wants it in any way, shape or form. I have seen zero evidence that crossplay works and it doesn't just aggravate people as well. Nobody wants it. Again, look at Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know if I'm the only person, and in all fairness, I tried it again very recently and I've just uninstalled Siege because it's an absolute shell of its former self. It's an absolute joke, a mockery of its previous self. But again, having crossplay on, even playing casual, never mind any form of competitive, all my teammates have got console and they're moving about like an 87-year-old with arthritis and Parkinson's, while the entire enemy team are all on PC and they're actual decent players. And PC players do not want to play with console players because either the aim assist is too powerful or they're just incredibly shit, to say the very least. We don't want to deal with that. But to defend console players, I understand that they don't like crossplay, a lot of them, because they don't want to come across PC hackers, because hacking on PC is like 99% strong, sorry, 99 to 100 times stronger than any hacker you might come across on console, because trying to hack in console is so much more difficult compared to PC as well. So I understand why console players don't really want to play with PC players as well. I think it's an idea that was sounded amazing on paper, but I think in practice it does not work. Again, something else I don't really want to go up against is people being able to lock on across the map and just beyond laser beam you with putting zero effort in. And again, we've seen this in the past, probably 3 titles of Call of Duty at minimum as well. And within Warzone 2 as well, when that finally came out, Jesus Christ, that was one of the things that put me into a blind rage and stopped me from playing Warzone, was because of aim assist as well. So that's pretty much everything that I can cover within the multiplayer side of things. Well, apart from hackers, but there were people hacking during the open beta, but that's been the case in Call of Duty, and that's not fair to 100% blame Call of Duty or Activision. There's hackers everywhere and everywhere possible. Is there any way to stop it without just, completely blowing up the PC if they get caught hacking? No. Ah well, moving on now. Now we've got zombies to talk about as well. Again, maybe this is another case of my head is stuck in the past, to say the very least, but it looks nothing like zombies anymore, like these 3-headed monster tentacle things and these spiders crawling about and that. What am I looking at? It looks like an absolute parody of itself, to say the very least. I mean, I understand that every game imaginable has got to progress and add new things to keep the player base coming back for not only the same content, but even new content on top of that. But what on earth has happened to zombies? Now, granted, I've not played Call of Duty Zombies in a long time. I think the last time I might have played it was during the Black Ops 2 era. That would be the newest zombies that I've played. And yes, I have watched Black Ops 3 and 4 and Cold War and now this as well. But it looks like an absolute shell of its former self. And again, it looks like it's half-baked. And for a Call of Duty that's apparently been in production for 4 years. Really? Really? As a couple of people have pointed out about the Call of Duty Zombies in Black Ops 6, that the fact that the loading screen for zombies has no zombie themes, but even ones from 10 years ago, plus 14 years ago, have had Call of Duty zombie music with the overall theme while you're in the lobby as well. That seems to be gone. For some stupid reason, they've changed the mystery box sound to make it sound like a Wish.com version of its original self. One of the most iconic sounds in all of gaming history, and they went, nah, make a new one, and of course they butchered it. Wow, what a surprise as well. And the other thing as well is starting out with a meta loadout when zombies in round 1. What happened to starting off with pistols and building your way up to the good guns from the mystery box and then pack-a-punching them? What happened to those good old days as well? There were actual streamers, like big known names, who were easily getting to around 30, 40 or 50 on their first ever Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies round that they ever played. That's not right. I understand these people are well above average, but I'm sorry, in your first ever time playing on a map of a brand new Call of Duty zombie game, you should not be able to achieve that. That should be impossible. The fact that they were sitting back playing it and completely just stupefied looking bored out of their nut and just going, yeah, I'm on round 39 now. It's pretty easy. Yeah, it's just a zombie train. It's all the meta stuff. They're dying very easily. It's really not that difficult. And this was a problem within Black Ops Cold War, or was it just called Call of Duty Cold War? I've kind of forgotten as well. And it looks copy and paste from Cold War as well. And another little niddle that I've got, and I understand you could probably disable this setting, but why have it to begin with? I hate the look of health bars above zombies. Just looks horrific. Why? We never had that beforehand. Why do we need it now? Just get rid of that as well. And again, with all of these nobble gobble gums or whatever you like to call them as well, that just give you overpowered perks like just instant max ammo or this or that, or do other things as well. And the overall aesthetics of zombies with this, you know, kind of like dragon breathing, tentacle free-headed monsters that chase you down and teleporting and zooming from like different dimensions. Do we really need that? Really, it just doesn't feel like it anymore as well. And of course, all of the Call of Duty players will be in the comment section going, well, actually, it's actually given me 5 extra frames compared to the last Cold War game, so actually 4 years for an extra 5 frames per second was actually worth it as well. Yeah, go suck in your dad's tit. I really couldn't care less. I really couldn't, right? It just baffles me that every single year that a Call of Duty comes out, the Call of Duty community, even the big streamers are guilty of this, and the YouTubers as well, like, oh my god, they've got omni movement, wow, you can rappel upside down, you can actually smash through some walls in some houses in Call of Duty. Call of Duty is so back, man, yeah. And what happens every year? Christmas, New Year comes about and nobody's playing it. People are ranting like, I want my money back. Oh, why did I pre-order this for £120 or dollars or whatever? I just wanted the neon moving 115 skin that looks like a knockoff of Rainbow Six Siege Black Ice skin. Oh, why is this game terrible? Why am I not learning my lesson after pre-ordering 24 games that have all collapsed out of the gate? Oh god, I like to call these people doormat gamers because they love the developers wiping their boots on them and they love licking up the dirt and dog shit from the boot as well. This is something that I've mentioned in 2 of my previous rant and gaming videos on NW3 and GTA 6. Also, just to trigger everyone else, I know for a fact GTA 6 is going to be a disaster on release. I'll place a grand on it. I really do think it'll be an absolute disaster upon release. Sorry, cry about it, but this is a little thing that I like to say about the meta and the state of AAA gaming and why I moved away from gaming, because I couldn't tolerate this anymore as well, and I wanted to make content like this because I feel like that I'm far better at this than just making gaming videos. And also I think having a gaming career is non-existent anymore. I think it's impossible because gaming's dead as a whole. But the meta thing I used to say about gaming is release a game on the scaffolding and open for business while still being under construction. That is the current AAA method as well. Completely open the game to the public, allow them to come in, even though all of the construction workers are still trying to finish the actual final product as well. It's not just been Call of Duty that have been guilty for this. Again, Battlefield 2042, Cyberpunk, and Gollum. Like, who asked for Gollum as a standalone AAA game? Whatever then, but you know, all these games, and God knows how many that I can't think of off the top of my head that have released, people pre-order, and they constantly get disappointed. And I know some of you who have been around for a long time might go, you did that with 2042 and it backfired on you. Yes, you're 100% right. I pre-ordered the most expensive version, and guess what? I owned up to it, and also I vowed I would never do that again, and I haven't, and I've never had any intention to do so. I learnt my lesson, especially the fact that after 7 months after Battlefield 2042 was released, I got a refund. Then EA banned my Origin account for getting the refund, even though they had over 6 weeks to respond to me through legal channels, and they did not bother to in any way, shape or form, and they blamed me for it. Again, it seems like the gaming community are just the biggest doormats these days. Oh my god, Battlefield have made so much horrific mistakes. They won't do that again. Let's just pre-order that. Oh, it's another 2042 at Battlefield 5 again. Oh well, I guess I'll just blame them and take zero accountability. Oh, it's a new Call of Duty, you know, Modern Warfare 5. Oh, I'll pre-order it because they won't scam me for the 10th time in a row. Oh, they just scam me for the 10th time in a row. How dare they? This isn't my fault. I want a refund as well. take some accountability, man, and stop being doormats. It really is going to just be the case. And something else that I've said, which is probably the most controversial thing in gaming as well, the reason that AAA gaming has gotten so beyond lazy is because they know gamers are the weakest people on the planet, and they can just bully them, push them, slap them about, spit on them, even piss and shit a little bit on them, and they just guzzle that shit down, and they just take it year on and year out, and people are beyond incapable of learning a lesson. It's everyone else's fault, it's not their fault. And I'm sorry, if you're still willing to pre-order, willing to pay the $70, $100, $120, $130 for the Super Ultra Rim Job Yan'an 4000 edition or whatever it is, sorry, you deserve to be scammed, and I actually encourage gaming developers to keep scamming you at that point, because you are 100% to blame. Again, if you keep going down the same alleyway and you keep getting mugged and keep getting your head kicked in, if you've went down that alleyway for the 10th time and it happens for a 10th time, that's 100% your fault. I'm defending the muggers, I'm defending the criminals at that point. I'll probably even jump in as well, because you 100% deserve it. Again, as the old saying goes, the definition of insanity is repeating the same mistake over and over and again and expecting a different outcome each time. That is the definition of insanity. But anyway, this has been one of my longest rant videos since I started over a year ago. I'll wrap it up there. Yeah, if you pre-order this, you're absolutely beyond help, you honestly are. But if you liked the video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. It would be greatly appreciated as well. Explosive growth here on my YouTube channel. Again, I love every single one of you as well. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree with anything that I've said, or you think I've missed anything of key importance. Again, I'll reply to you ASAP as well. If you're going to disagree with me, I'll probably just bully you in the comment section. I'm not going to lie at this point. I really don't care. If you want to join my Discord server, or you want to follow me on Twitter, links in the pinned top comment as well. Within my Discord, we talk political, we also talk gaming, we just talk sports and hobbies, more light-hearted stuff, or more dark, twisted things going on in the world. And over on Twitter, I am beyond uncensored over there, so if you want some truly spicy opinions, again, links in the pinned top comment. Please check out my other videos as well, they've been popping off as well. But again, I love yous all, and as always, keep on rolling. And also remember, I'm a goddamn onion, Mason.